He has given me victory. Almighty God has given me victory. He has given me victory. Oh. All the days of my life I praise you. Everything that I have now you gave to me, Baba. Lord, I say for your love I'm grateful. Yes, you love me plenty, you came to die for me. Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nissi, I am that I am. Ooh. Oh, I searched around, there's no one else like you. Lion of Judah, you're the man. God has given me victory. He has given me victory. He has given me victory. God has given me victory. God has given me victory. He has given me victory. He has given me victory. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
I can see your shining faces. Everybody is shining today. Thank God for everybody. Today is Ifybella end of the year closing event. Permit me to call this time around our Honorable MC, Pastor Mrs. Fola Omotunde of New Covenant Church. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this event. We're starting now, and we want you to really be relaxed. Hallelujah. Don't worry if I'm inserting a bit of hallelujah into it. It's all good. It's all to the glory of God. Hallelujah. Okay, we're going to start. Sister Rose, can I have my... Yes, I was honored to be at the launch of Ifybella Charity Foundation, and I'm so happy that the vision continues. You know, it's important to start something. It's always exciting when you start, but to keep the momentum, to keep it going, requires a lot of passion and a lot of love for what the cause is. So we're so glad to be here today that this is the end of the year's event for Ifybella. So we're putting smiles, reaching out and giving hope to sufferers. So the first thing I want us to do is we need to pray. Important that we acknowledge God in all that we're doing. I'm going to call on Pastor Faith. Pastor Faith Imole. Please, can you come? I hope I pronounced that very well. Pastor, I'm calling you. Pastor is taking a picture. You're welcome, sir. Please give us an opening prayer.
Hallelujah. Please, can we stand up and respect God? Even when the enemy had tried many ways, they couldn't succeed. Father, we say no one who can do this kind of a thing except you. Glory, honor, adoration belongs to you in the name of Jesus Christ. Center as there we go. Everybody will go safely in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. I cover this arena with the blood of Jesus Christ. In Jesus' wonderful name I decree. Amen. Can we clap for Jesus Christ?
Thank you, sir. Please be seated. But while you sit, can you please just give a smile to somebody next to you, ask their name, introduce yourself. Don't just sit down. Get to know each other. We're a family. We're a family, and we're here for one purpose and one purpose alone, to support each other, to learn. So make sure you don't leave here without having a new name. Adding a name to your phone, making contacts, very important. Right. The next thing on the program, I'm going to call upon the visionary of Ifybella Kidney Organization, and we're going to ask her to come and give us a short address. She is the founder. She's also the Director General, and that's Sister Ifyoma. Sister Ify, can you please come?
For coming to this wonderful gathering. Ifybella Kidney Charity, as we all know, is a charity born out of true life experience from me. So it is a charity that is born to help and to support kidney failures and kidney patient sufferers. And unfortunately, kidney disease, as we all know, is something that lives with us, lives around us, but we don't know, except when it is picked up or diagnosed. So For me today, I want to welcome us and thank you all for coming to make this occasion a wonderful and a successful one, to share with us with the whole things we've been going through. Today is our end of the year program because Ifybella, we started it, as we all know, from this year March, and we are growing by the grace of God. It is our local baby charity that thinks about kidney issues, kidney health awareness, and help kidney patient sufferers. So we are here for all our friends and well-wishers to come to our website, to give us a ring, to come to our program. We always have this monthly health awareness before. We change it to every two monthly. And whenever you come here, believe me, you will receive and learn something new, because we are bound to learn every day. I love learning. And I pray that whenever we come, that God will use our special guest speakers that comes from different walks of health discipline, that come here to deliberate and give us a health awareness and talk and advice on how we will look after our health, that we'll learn something new. So I will encourage each and every one of us, as we are here today, when we go out, let's spread the news. Let's tell our people out there. Because if we don't hear from the horse's mouth, we wouldn't know what is happening. And we wouldn't even have the knowledge, because it's far-fetched. And unfortunately, kidney issues and matter is far from our daily life thought and experience, or thing, something you can think of in media or people talking every day about kidney, because some people say it's not an interesting area to talk, but to be honest, it's very, very, very vital and crucial part of our life that we need to be knowing every day to our fingertips. So with Ifybella Kidney Charity, we're here every 2 monthly, trying to teach us, each and every one of our people, to have that awareness, the knowledge, so that we avoid this wonderful, horrible kidney disease problem that we call at the end of the whole of it, kidney failure. You can never wish it even to your worst enemy. I went through it, it wasn't funny. And so many patients and so many of our loved ones, friends and well-wishers, they are there in the hospital looking for help. It's not by their, it's something that you say, oh, lifestyle behavior or something they dream to have. No, it's just one of all these unforeseen circumstances. So we need to be here all the time. We need to create the awareness and let our people know. Thank you so much. I don't want to keep us talking, because very soon I'm going to hand the mic to our special guest, who is going to teach us and go through the whole program in detail with us today, so that we'll learn something new on how to look after our health. Thank you once more. Relax and have fun. You're welcome. Thank you.
From everyone just coming in, you're welcome. We're going to have 5 minutes now, just 5 minutes break. Please grab a drink on your table. Like I said, talk to somebody next to you, get a name, a number, and as we prepare for our main speaker for today. Okay, we're coming to the very important part of the event. We're just going to wait a few minutes for her to come. She's our guest speaker for today, Ethan Charles. Let's give it up for her. Give her a big round of applause to encourage her. Yeah, she's going to be giving us a talk today. So please bring your pencils or pens and pads out if you can. Note all the very important information she's going to be giving us. Ethan.
Merry Christmas for all of us. Does somebody want to pop the first slide on for me? It's our blood cholesterol, which affects our kidneys. It's high in calories. And I'm not one to preach to people about calories, you can all see. I'm not a size 8 myself. But high calorie food puts your blood sugar up and increases your risk of diabetes, which is one of our major causes of kidney failure. Can we go back to the previous slide just for a moment, please? 2 main causes of kidney failure. Diabetes, high blood pressure. One of the main causes of high blood pressure, salt. Salt. I can't talk about it enough. Take out salt somewhere from your diet. If you can't take salt out of your cooking, don't put any salt on at the table. If I looked at a pie chart of the 2 causes of kidney failure, then I would say that a third of kidney failure is caused by diabetes, a third of kidney failure is caused by high blood pressure, the other little third is caused by very random diseases which are difficult to avoid. But the 2 things that you can avoid, that you can do for yourself, is avoid the diabetes, avoid the high blood pressure, so cut down on your sugars and cut down on your salt. Can somebody change the slide for me, please? So why is this relevant at Christmas? Well, it's not, is it? If you're healthy, you can afford a Christmas blowout. As long as you make up for it later. Ify will tell you that if you have kidney disease, and does anybody have anybody with kidney disease in their families? Christmas can be tremendously difficult. So all our traditional Christmas foods in this country are unsuitable for people with kidney failure. So all of the food is high in fat, high in sugar, high in salt, and very specifically high in potassium. And I can see some of the lovely food that's over there, some lovely fruits and vegetables. People with kidney failure wouldn't be allowed to have any of that food. It makes it a very difficult time. So we've said that high sugar food increases the risk of diabetes. We've said that high salt food increases the risk of high blood pressure, and both of those are major causes of kidney problems. But we've also said that a one-off indulgence is not going to cause you any problems. So have a really big blowout on Christmas Day, and then make up for it later. Okay? Okay. So what I really wanted to talk to people about is how to stay healthy at Christmas. Christmas falls this year on Monday and Tuesday, so we've got potentially 4 days. I'm going to sound like I'm being really patronising. We've got 4 days when the doctors are shut, so we need to prepare for that. Has everybody got their prescriptions sorted for the Christmas period? Has everybody got their cold cures and their paracetamols all sorted out for Christmas? Because you're only allowed to buy 1 packet. I found that out when I went to Morrison's the other day. She sold me 1 packet of paracetamol. I've got 3 adults in my family. What am I supposed to do with that? If we all get a cold over Christmas, it's going to last me like 1 day. Okay, so get stocked up well in advance. If you need health advice over Christmas, the best place to go is to your pharmacy. And how many people have not yet had their flu jab? I'm going to get really evangelical about this now. We have our first outbreak of flu in the hospital at Milton Keynes happening right now. We've got patients hospitalised with flu, and our renal ward at Oxford saw its first flu death last week. If you haven't had your flu vaccination, and there's no health reason why you shouldn't have your flu vaccination, get along and have your flu vaccination right now. It takes 2 weeks to work. Go and get it done. It's the best thing you can do this year. Australia have just had a massive flu outbreak and has just arrived in the UK. Get down there. If you're not entitled to a flu vaccination for health reasons from your GP, and you're too young to have it, go down to Tesco's. It'll cost you £9. It may be the best thing that you can do. Okay, where are you going to get your health advice if you really need it? And I started off by saying your mum. You know, years ago, before we had accident and emergency in Milton Keynes, we had to go to Stoke Mandeville if we needed emergency care. Our mums were really, really good at taking care of us without taking us to accident and emergency every 5 minutes. Mums are experienced. Your older relatives, your older neighbours, your older friends, go to them, ask them what they think. Usually what most people need is a little bit of reassurance that common sense is enough when we're looking after our health. Go to your pharmacist for advice if you're really quite worried. Dial 111 if you're more worried. Call your GP if you're super worried, or go to accident and emergency. And I put on there that accident and emergencies is for capital letters, accidents and emergencies. It's not for tonsillitis, it's not for earache, it's not really even for sprained ankles. It's for accidents and emergencies only. So when people say they waited 6 hours in A&E because their kid had got an earache, I'd say they were probably in the wrong place. And if you're really worried, then you dial 999. So life-threatening emergencies only. This means breathing problems, chest pains, major bleeds, that sort of thing. So Christmas then. I said I was going to patronise you, and I'm going to patronise you now. Most of the attendances at A&E over Christmas are directly to do with Christmas. So we're expecting a big snowfall tomorrow. Kids excited? No kids even in here listening. Stay in if it's icy. Stay off the roads if it's icy and clear everything away. We don't drink and drive. There is a very good reason that we have a massive upsurge in kidney donation at Christmas. We're always pleased with that, and our patients are always pleased with that. But about a 3-fold increase in kidney donors at Christmas, directly related to the fact that people get in their cars and drink and drive. Icy roads, bit of alcohol, fatal car accidents. You don't want anyone knocking on your relative's door this Christmas to say you've been killed in an accident. Eating is the problem. We get lots of heart attacks in accident and emergency, which are indigestion. So get yourself out after your dinner and go for a walk to help everything settle. Common sense is to keep the kids away from the candles and the wine if you've got it there. The vets are closed too, so keep the dogs away from the chocolates. It's poisonous to dogs. Most people don't know that, but chocolate kills dogs. So if you've got chocolate on your tree and a dog in the house, you're going to have at the very least a very expensive vet bill, if not a dead dog. And get help getting the dinner out of the oven. At the very least, you're going to get a bad back, and at the very worst, you're going to drop the dinner and have 27 unfed people. Christmas is a very difficult time for lots of us. We're all here together, and we're all very lucky because we all hope that we've got family and friends that we're going to spend Christmas with. There's lots of people out there who've got absolutely no one at Christmas, and Christmas can be the most depressing, distressing time of the year for those people. So if you know of anybody that's going to be on their own at Christmas, please invite them into your home for a drink or a meal and give them a little bit of company at Christmas. The Samaritans see a massive upsurge in calls at Christmas time. There is a massive upsurge in suicide at Christmas time because lots of people are here and their family might be far away or they may have no family. So when everybody said hello to each other earlier on, if anybody is new and doesn't know anybody else, go away with a telephone number today to somebody that you can spend a little bit of time with over Christmas. Give something away. It makes you feel better about overindulging yourself. If you can donate something to somebody that is in need, the homeless shelters are always wanting. When the temperature was about 12 degrees, feeling a bit foolish, saying we've got to stay really warm. Now we're expecting 20 centimetres of snow tomorrow. So stay warm, have fun and stay safe. Who's got questions that they want to ask me today?
Any questions for Bethan? Any questions you have? Yes. So you have to speak up because the microphone is not working.
I just want to ask, is there any relative to Fuja? None at all. is avoiding people who have flu, which isn't always possible. Sorry, I'll get this up. It's not always possible to avoid people who have flu because, of course, people who have flu are incubating it for quite a while before they show symptoms. So, no, there's no real alternative. You either have a flu vaccination, which is usually about 60 to 70% effective, or you run the risk of catching the flu. And for most of us, that's a very unpleasant illness. I've had it once, I never want it again. It put me in bed for 2 weeks. So when people walk around saying I'm going to touch a flu today, actually, they haven't. Okay? They've got a bit of a cold. If you've got the flu, you're in bed and you're not doing anything, and it will take you off your feet for 2 or 3 weeks. So have the flu vaccine. Who's got concerns about flu vaccine out of interest? What are those concerns?
Not directly, because I know that a lot of people give you feedback, like when last I had it.
Yeah.
They actually, why some people
So if I have flu vaccine today, I can expect the next 24 hours to feel, certainly I'm going to have a sore arm, and I'm probably going to feel a little bit under the weather. I'm going to feel feverish, I may have a headache. That's an immune response to the flu jab. It's not the flu, and it's over within 24 or 48 hours. Flu lasts for 2 or 3 weeks and is a really debilitating and sometimes fatal illness, especially to older patients or people who are immunosuppressed. People like Ify, if I might use her name, who's on tablets to help her immune system not reject her kidneys. So somebody like Ify, flu could be a really, really serious illness. It is possible to catch the flu shortly after having the flu vaccine because the flu vaccine takes 2 weeks to work. So if you're really unlucky, you may get flu vaccine and you may be exposed to flu within a day or 2 of having the vaccine before it's had a chance to work. You will then automatically assume that the flu jab has given you the flu, and that's very unfortunate. But 2 weeks, it takes 2 weeks for your immune system to protect you against the flu after the vaccination. So this is why people make that association with the flu vaccine and catching flu. Logically, healthcare professionals do not inject people with substances that are going to knowingly make them ill. We're not in the business of making you ill.
because we normally get, obviously, like you say, you're campaigning for it. But then people still get flu at work. For example, last week, half of my floor was off, at work. So what is the percentage of effectiveness? Does it really work?
Most years, flu vaccine is between 60 and 70% effective. Flu vaccine is manufactured against the scientists' best prediction of which viruses are going to be around in the main flu season, which is now till about March each year. They're never 100% effective because viruses, without getting into a really complicated scientific lecture about the way that viruses work, viruses are able to shift the coats that they wear, and that happens on a yearly basis. And so we produce the vaccine with our best prediction of how the virus is going to behave this year. Sometimes you get a very dramatic shift, and there was 1 year, 2 or 3 years ago, when the vaccine was only about 30% effective. Viruses are very clever little creatures, and they change themselves from year to year. I've had my vaccine, I have it every year. I think it's certainly worth reducing the risk, but it's never 100% effective against every flu virus which could possibly come along. Thank you. Most of us go through our lives going, yeah, I feel fine today, I feel absolutely fine today, there's no need for me to have a health check, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. And we go to our doctor only when we're not fine, when we've got symptoms and when we may have a disease process that's been going on for quite a long time before it's caused us, whichever symptom makes us go to the doctor. People who donate a kidney to another living person automatically get, in the first instance, a very regular health check, but a lifetime yearly health check with a specialist doctor that will check their heart and their lungs and all the major systems of the body. And none of us do that, do we? No. We don't go and have an MOT every year. We take a cars for it, but we don't go ourselves. Kidney donors automatically get that, and so their health problems are usually picked up at an early stage and treated by a specialist. And yes, you're absolutely right, donors do statistically live longer than non-donors.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just what he said is a very good. If we can be talking to people and telling them this kind of things, then we get awareness that, look, if you donate a kidney to help somebody, you're not going to die. Rather, you're going to benefit more than even the person you donate your kidney, because there are regular health checks on you and you have the opportunity to, to a lot of information that ordinarily you wouldn't have known. So it's really good. I'm so pleased. That has calmed my nerves. Now I'm a bit confident that if somebody needs a kidney, I can boldly put up my hand and say, look, I will donate.
So every individual is going to either, unless you have something very specific like a kidney affected by cancer, kidney disease will affect both kidneys equally. So you either have 2 healthy kidneys or 2 unhealthy kidneys. If you take out a healthy kidney, where there are 2 healthy kidneys, the other one will not become diseased. It will carry on working in exactly the same way as it did before, or indeed even better, because like the gentleman very knowledgeably said, the remaining kidney will grow to compensate. Nobody's sure why we've been given 2 kidneys, but we've got about 80% more function than we need going on in there. We can afford to donate should we need to.
Last question.
Praise the Lord. The question I want to ask for the help of we Africans to use this media, how to go and talk to them to understand that if they remove one of the kidney of somebody, it will not die. Like where I came from, if somebody died, without accident or anything, if they want to bury you, they will open the coffin to check whether your ear is there, your nose is there, everything. If it's not completed, problem, there will be a very big problem. How can we change this mindset so that they will understand that their life is very simple? Instead of 2 organs going like that, they can still kill one and give to another person that is alive. What can we do?
I don't think I've got the answer to that.
Apart from culture, I think there's something I need to sort of add to this. We're talking about the UK system, the UK health system.
Yeah.
In the example that Bethan is giving us now, there is constant help and support and care. In a country where you don't have a good system, where the NHS, the health system is there, you can't start giving advice. So please, those advices need to be informed. You are in Europe, you can access those services. And in Africa, it's quite different.
I think it's very important to make the point that we're not just talking about living donation. The expression in here is don't take your organs to heaven, heaven knows we need them here.
I just heard that organs will be harvested perhaps before their death. Can you assure us or not that that will never happen in the UK, please?
I can absolutely say that that will never happen in the UK.
Can you tell me
Organs are
what?
harvested from people who are brainstem dead. The death of the patient will be certified by 2 doctors who are unassociated with the transplant process. So they have absolutely no interest whatsoever in certifying a patient as deceased who isn't deceased.
So there is absolutely no reason why organs should be wasted. People could save lives posthumously.
Yeah. Yes. And if there is a very respectful period of time now where the doctors will stand back and allow the family some time with their deceased relative. It's no longer necessary to harvest organs from a person whose heart is still beating. The organs are harvested from patients who have died.
Right, let's just say thank you to Bethan with a big hand.
Quite a serious issue, that's why we're all here, and we want to understand and try to prevent all this trouble. But unfortunately, there are still some of our people, friends, well-wishers out there that are still going through the difficult time. We have a sister, a friend, so one of us in the community here in Milton Keynes approached us that her childhood friend is very ill and she's going through the end-stage renal failure. As we all know here in the Tate wards, so many things are hard there, mostly with the treatment. Some are very, very difficult to get because they have to pay for it. However, when it comes in terms of kidney failure, it's a very big issue. Even here in Europe, we know that it's quite an expensive thought. So I would love my big crew there to help us to pop up a video about Nkechi. She is a lovely young lady that's also looking out for future, for life, for existence. But unfortunately, she's been knocked off with this devastating condition. So, and she's come to ask for our help, everyone, to help her, to save her about what she wishes. And let's hear from her first, and I will continue. Thank you.
El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Elyon Adonai, age to age, you're still the same. By the power of the name El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El
My name is Madi Nkechi Lilian. I've been diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease. I would like a financial assistance from you all to enable me to carry out the transplants. Thank you and God bless.
I will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. Through your love and through the Ram, you save the son of Abraham. Through the power of your hand, you turn the sea into dry land.
And I believe, if not by the grace of God and the love that God gave to me, I won't be here standing before you. And here we have our beautiful lady out there. She's crying for help. And I'm just urging us, it's not only here, let's try as much as we can and speak to our friends, whatever God placed in your heart, to see how we can save this lady's life. She's looking for organ to be transplanted, and she's got people that want to give her the organ, but she doesn't have the money to do the transplantation. And she lives in Africa, Nigeria, West Africa. As we can see, the cost for dialysis, for transplant itself, she's giving us, the figure is about 13 million points. That was the bill they gave to her. And don't forget, she will need, like Beton said, continuous management until she stabilizes. So to start with, we need to keep her alive going before we get the whole money, which is over £25,000 we are looking for. So we are crying for help of the world, everyone to help, to see how we save the life of this young lady. So many of them there. We have another one, Sister Adesua. She also looking for organ. So I am pleading for us today. I have some little presents I want. It's just nothing, but I just feel touched that if any one of us can use that just to send a message across, that would be great. Anything that touches your mind, your heart. As it stands, at current time now, she's going through dialysis over there. And the cost of her dialysis treatment a day is 30,000 naira. I don't know who will give me a quick rough estimate of that in pounds. How much? £100, 30,000 naira. Okay, so roughly we are about 70, 80 to 100 pounds a day treatment. So she needs at least 3 days, since she's having hemodialysis a week, to live better. But as it stands now, she's struggling, as I got it from her, because I just have to speak to her to know what is going on. So please, I want us to help this lady to have a transplant. Anyhow we touch you, she has to do this. She's been going through this problem, according to her. The dialysis, over 1 year now, she's been dialyzing in West Africa 3 times a week. And now she's struggling even to afford to a day, because it's quite expensive to keep that going for over a year now. So, and the last resort to it is to get her better. But however, we still have to encourage and support her to keep this dialysis going until she raises that huge lump sum amount of money we are talking about to get her transplanted.
You have to show something. Whether you're holding the camera or you are behind the music, you can't live here without showing something. Like I said, it's real life. Real life.
He has given me victory. Oh, my God has given me victory. He has given me victory. Oh. All the days of my life I praise you. Everything that I have now you gave to me, Baba. Lord, I say for your love I'm grateful. Yes, you love me plenty, you came to die for me. Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Nissi, I am that I am. Ooh, oh, I searched around, there's no one else like you.